Taylor Swift was rehearsing early in the morning for her new tour when a stage crew member approached her with an envelope in hand. The envelope had the words, "To Taylor," written in delicate handwriting. Taylor was surprised because fan letters were usually collected by the team during the tour. But this one was different. It had been carefully set aside, with a small flower drawing on it. Taylor curiously opened the envelope and began reading the lines. "Dear Taylor, your music has given me hope. In my hardest days, your voice became my escape. I'm fighting cancer, but your songs remind me of my strength. My biggest dream is to meet you one day. With love, Emma." Taylor's eyes filled with tears as she read the letter. Emma's heartfelt words had deeply moved her. Suddenly, the tour's demands felt insignificant. Taylor immediately turned to her team and asked, "When did this letter arrive? Do we have any information about who sent it?" One of the crew members smiled softly and said, "A fan left the letter at the concert venue a few days ago. There's no full address, but we could reach out through the fan club." Taylor didn't want to waste any time finding Emma. She made a special post on her social media accounts. "Dear Emma, I received your letter. No matter where you are, I'll find you because I want to meet a brave soul like yours." This message went viral in no time. Fans from around the world joined Taylor's search for Emma. Within a few hours, Emma's story had spread across all social media platforms. Not long after, a message arrived from Emma's mother. "Emma saw your post this morning and couldn't hold back her tears. She's in the hospital undergoing treatment, but meeting you is her greatest dream." As soon as Taylor read the message, she postponed her schedule and set off to visit Emma at the hospital. Her heart was pounding as she walked toward the hospital room. When she entered, she saw a young girl sitting on the bed, looking at Taylor with eyes filled with both surprise and joy. "Emma!" Taylor said with a big smile. "It's an honor to meet you." Emma, her voice trembling, said, "You really came." Taylor sat beside her and took her hand. "Your courage has inspired me. I make music for people as strong as you." That day, the hospital room was filled with laughter, memories, and songs. Taylor sang Emma's favorite songs with her and made a promise. "When you recover, we'll get up on stage together, and everyone will remember this moment." As the days passed, Emma's condition began to improve. Taylor stayed by her side throughout the treatment process, sending videos and surprises to keep her spirits up. Months later, the big day finally arrived. In the middle of a massive concert, Taylor took the microphone in her hand and said, "Now, I want to introduce you to the bravest person I know. Everyone, meet Emma." The stage lights turned toward Emma. As thousands of people erupted into applause, Emma walked onto the stage with tears in her eyes. When she and Taylor sang together, the audience was captivated by this unforgettable moment. At that moment, it wasn't just a fan's dream coming true. It was the beginning of a story of hope that touched millions. After the concert, Emma spoke to the press and said, "Sometimes we feel alone in life, but the right person can be there at just the right time. Taylor was my miracle." As Taylor hugged Emma once more, she smiled and said, "Someone as brave as you can change lives, Emma, and this is just the beginning." After the concert, Taylor and Emma's story resonated around the world. Social media was flooded with messages of courage and solidarity. People once again realized that Taylor Swift was not just an artist, but also a true source of inspiration. The wave of support that came after Emma's appearance on stage gave her a newfound strength. As her treatment progressed, doctors marveled at her optimism and resilience. Emma was no longer just a patient. She had become a beacon of hope. Her story inspired many others facing similar challenges. One day, Emma decided to volunteer at the hospital to meet children undergoing treatment. She sang songs to them, shared the story of her experience with Taylor Swift, and said, "You are never alone. Even a letter can change the world. Hope is the strongest melody." During these visits, Emma felt the importance of her own story even more deeply. Then, one day, she received a message on her phone. "Are you ready, Emma? Because it's time for us to keep our promise." The message was from Taylor. Taylor was about to surprise Emma again. At one of the upcoming tour concerts, Taylor Swift made a big announcement. "This stage is not just for singing, it's for celebrating courage. And tonight, we're here to celebrate a hero." When the curtain rose, Emma stood by the microphone. This time, she was fully recovered and glowing with confidence. The audience rose to their feet, and the stadium filled with the sound of applause. Emma was about to sing a new song she had prepared with Taylor, "Brave Hearts." This song didn't just tell their story, it told the story of everyone fighting their own battles. As Emma's powerful voice filled the stadium, Taylor stood behind her, watching with pride. Her eyes glistened because what had started with a letter had become a journey of hope for millions. At the end of the concert, Emma and Taylor turned to the audience and said, "Life can challenge us, but courage is contagious. Don't ever be afraid to write your own story." Their words echoed as hundreds of balloons floated into the sky. That night, everyone there knew they were part of a historic moment. Years later, Emma had started her own music career and had become an inspirational figure as a cancer survivor. In every interview, she expressed her gratitude to Taylor Swift and said, "A song can change a heart, but sometimes that song starts with a letter." The friendship between Taylor and Emma showed the world that the power of music and courage knows no bounds. This story wasn't over. It continued to inspire new stories of hope, and the world would always remember the melody of two hearts connected by hope. The end of the story. And this story shows us that sometimes a letter can plant seeds of hope in the hearts of millions. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share for more inspiring stories. Remember, small gestures can turn into big miracles.